Hello friends, hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Today we are going to do a pre-market analysis on gold. Before going to the session, I would recommend you watch the pre-market analysis which was done on August 24, 2025. On August 24, 2025, when the market was at 3,371 range, I told all the members that gold would break this supply zone and there are chances that gold would go to 3,426 range. Also, I have mentioned in that video itself that gold in the weekly time frame is ultimately bullish and it has been creating the patterns like before where the market went bullish. So let's see what happened after this analysis. When I posted the video on last Sunday, the market was at 3,371 range. Also, as mentioned in this video, in the 4 hours time frame, you can see a pattern which I have drawn here. So the same pattern, you can see the market is at 3,371 range right now. And if you go to this chart, it is the same range which the gold is standing right now, 3,371. Let's see what happened after that. Gold just broke the initial supply zone, which is the zone which I have mentioned on 24th August in between 3,374 and 3,394. And I always mentions in my video that if a supply zone is broken, that supply zone will become a demand zone. So as you can see that this supply zone has become a demand zone. Let me mark it in green so that you can understand that is a demand zone or a buy zone. And I already mentioned that if the market is breaking this range, then the market would go up to 3,426 range. From this range, let's see what happened. From 3,394, gold went and tapped and went beyond 3,426 range. So while checking, we can see that our team has almost captured a pip of minimum 600 plus pips, and the people who continue trading has taken up to 889 pips. And dear friends, let me tell you that this is a supply zone as mentioned in this video which was done on 24th August 2025. Also, I believe that, or I remember me saying that gold is ultimately bullish on the weekly time frame, and I told you there is no sell in the coming week. So here you can see the gold is currently in a supply zone in between for 3,426.81 to 3,500 range. Now my question to you is, market has currently tapped on the range where gold has fallen multiple times. That is 1, 2, 3. The 3 times gold has fallen from the supply zone. My question is, will there be any orders left? What do you think? Will there be any orders left after taking multiple rejections? Also, whenever the gold is taking multiple rejections from the supply zone, gold is always pushing back up. That means the buyers are always pushing back up. That means the previous range of the supply zone strength is decreasing. Now, let's see what will happen next. According to my analysis, as I can see in the daily time frame, currently the range in between 3,438 to, let me say, this range which is 3,426 range will act as a temporary support. That's what I can tell you right now. My dear friends, I repeat that all the analysis that I post is my own personal analysis. It can be right, it can be wrong. But when you check the charts of the previous months or the previous weeks, you can see our team has, or the viewers have made ultimate profits by seeing our analysis. But when I see the chart right now, what I understand is this zone between 3,439 to 3,426 will currently act as a demand zone right now. And there are chances that when I went to the 2 hours time frame, I can see that there is a fair value gap which is pending and an order block at the range of 3,469. Let me mark it as red. So if you ask me the ultimate sell zone, I won't say sell zone, but I would say ultimate supply zone. There are chances that market can reach up to this level. So how the market will travel? I'll tell you what the chances. I'll tell you the probabilities. I can't give you any assurance, but I can give you the probabilities. So the initial state would be market from this range has broken the both supply zones. Now there are chances that market would tap here and go up to minimum this range. That is the first analysis that I can give you. That is the first chance that I can tell you. The second thing is that mostly if gold is reacting from this supply zone, even without reaching here, if it is reacting from the supply zone and if it is breaking the current support which is at 3447 and 3426, it might take a rejection and it can come up to the next demand zone, which is in between 3394 to 3374. Also, we need to look into the fib zone, which is, we can mark it as a complete zone, my dear friends. Let's mark this as a complete zone. In order to avoid any confusions, I would say that this zone between 3394 to 3343 will act as a major support zone, I would say. If it is coming to this range in between 3394 to 3343, there are chances that market would react from this area and go up to this range, which is 3469 to 3500 range. My dear friends, don't get confused. If you are getting confused, please watch this video again and again to understand what I am trying to tell you. Gold is in an ultimate all-time high range. This is a history. This is an all-time high range. We don't know what will happen next. Even though the gold is showing the pattern of bullish, as I mentioned in this video on August 24, it is showing an ultimate pattern of bullish. But still we can't say what is going to happen next. What news is going to affect right now? What are the news that are going to come? We can't say anything. So if you ask me, this is a confusion zone. I mostly don't trade in the confusion zone, or even if I trade, my risk will be very lower. So as I have mentioned, my first chances or first probability, I will tell you what will happen next in the daily time frame or in the 4 hours time frame. Like gold, after tapping on this area, for example, maybe gold can tap here and go tap at the area of 439 to 3426, and it can go up to 3500 to 3469. If it is reaching this area, I'll tell you what happens next. It can reach like this, or it can come tap here and go like this and tap on the area of 3469. Anything can happen. But if it is tapping here, what would happen next? So I would say market would tap at this point, maybe take a change of character and come down to the initial support zone, which is 447 and 3439, and it might go up, or else it will come to the main support zone, and there are chances that market would go up to the 3469 range. So these are the patterns that would form. And another chance is like this, where this is there are chances that this would happen. Like market would come here, tap on this area, take a rejection from here. If the zone between 3500 and 3469 is breaking, let's consider this as if it is breaking zone. Okay, if it is not breaking, it will be a red zone. If it is breaking, it will become a green zone. Then the market is ultimately bullish, and then there are chances that market would move higher. So we need to wait and see what will happen next. So I have given you the initial support zones, which is one from 3439 to 3426. This can act as a buy zone, but you should understand this is a very tiny buy zone. This is a 1 hour support range. I'm looking into daily time frame. Still, I'm telling this is a 1 hour support range. There are chances that this can happen like this. The second chances, market can come here, and after that, market can go up and tap to this range. These are the second chances. The third chances, market would go up from this area, tap on this area between 3439, take a change of character, come down, or else the final thing, as I mentioned, it will form a pattern like this and take support from the demand zones and continue its travel to the above. So what do you think, my dear friends? What do you think? Is it a good buy zone or is it a confusion zone? I would consider this as a confusion zone or a no trade zone. It is better to stay out of the market. Just imagine for the previous months how much profits you have made. I know people who have made more than 10,000, 50,000, 60,000. Even some people has made $500,000 trading, looking into our analysis. So you have made a good amount of profits, and the profits that you have made should not be wasted at this confusion zone. Even if you are trading, you need to trade with lesser lot size and lesser risk, I would say. As I always say, a good trader is a person who need to understand, or who need this common sense to understand where to enter and where to exit. So I have given you my analysis, my dear friends. Rest all are your decision, whether to trade, whether not to trade. All are your decisions. I have mentioned the zones. I have mentioned the next supply zone. I have mentioned the next demand zone. Still, even though I have marked this, there is no no promises that it will go up from this areas which I have mentioned in the green zones, all these green zones. And there are people, I got some suggestions from many members that I am mentioning these zones multiple times. I know, dear friends, because I am not a content creator. You know that, right? I just do videos for my students and for them to receive a help from me. But I have taken that suggestion and I'll try to use maximum the zone ranges. Like I'll take out the numbers and I'll tell you. But you can always zoom in this chart, I would say. You can always zoom in the YouTube video and you can see the ranges from your phone or laptop. Now, looking into the news of the upcoming week, let's see that from September 1 to September 5. In September 1, there is no news that will affect like gold. And on September 2, I would say there is no much news. Even though there is 3-star news or high probability news and all, but I don't think this will affect. But in Thursday, September 4, I can see initial jobless claims that can affect gold. Crude oil inventories can affect gold, and yes, non-farm payrolls and unemployment rate. This can also affect gold. So in this time, I won't ask you to, trade and all, or I'll not tell you not to trade and all, but trade with proper risk management. Also, I would like to remind you one more thing. When you are trading, and if you see that gold is in a supply zone, and if a news is coming, in my last 5 years experience, I have seen that if the gold is in a supply zone and if the news is coming, there are chances gold will fall. And when you are trading, if the gold is in a demand zone, there are chances if the news come, market will go higher. Okay, so this is all about this week, my dear friends. Take good decisions in trading and in your life. Make handful of wealth and let health, wealth and prosperity keep on coming to you. Wishing you all the best, my dear friends, and thank you so much.